Hi, it's Mani Bagga with the Bagga Team from Royal LePage Magna.
And Cameron Bullock with the Buyer's Choice Home Inspections, the A-Team.
Week number 10. Me and Cameron is spending last couple of weeks only in this utility room. You're gonna say, every week we come back with Cameron, this utility room, this hot water tank, this humidifier, this furnace, and the last but not least, what are we talking today, Cameron?
The Heat Recovery Ventilation Unit, or the HRV.
How important this HRV system, because I see that some of the older homes, they don't have it. And then now the newer home, every home this HRV system has, and now they have a maintenance, they have some of the inspections come back and say, hey, the filter need to be changed, so how many filters we need to get those things done. So let's elaborate a little bit more. What is this HRV system is and how it works?
Okay, so let's start, I guess, with why we even have them now. Like you said, the older homes didn't have them. The older homes weren't built as airtight.
Okay.
They're building these new homes almost like submarines where there's not much for air movement in and out.
Okay.
Okay, so they need to actually have a way to exchange the air or even circulate the air better.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what these do. So I'm just gonna open this up really quick here.
Oh wow, so you can actually open it. Oh my God, I did not even know that this lid can come down.
So yes, they come right off. So
Okay.
in all reality, it's a pretty simple system. So what we have is we have on one side, and as you look and read at the different decals up here, we have air from outside, we have air from inside the house, and basically it pulls that both into this cabinet here, and then the air actually will pass by each other. In the wintertime, it's actually bringing air from outside. If you said minus 20, you have your air from inside,
Okay.
plus 20. It's gonna warm that air up. Okay, so once again, the furnace runs off of this as well,
Okay.
so that you're not having such cold, fresh air coming into the furnace.
Okay.
So it helps to give you efficiency with the furnace.
Okay.
But this also has filtering systems in it. So this piece in the center will actually pull completely out.
Okay.
And the reason being, and we're gonna pull out.
I'm gonna interrupt before we can do this thing. I wanted to ask you. So correct me. I'm just wanted to ask a question. So the air is coming from inside the home, and plus is coming from outside the home. So because in the winter time, they not have those ventilation fan. Remember in the homes they have ventilation, but there's no ventilation fan anymore. So when you turn on those switches in the bathrooms, so that air comes here. Is that correct?
Correct. This pulls for your bathrooms.
Yeah.
So your showers and stuff like that, like you said, the old fans have their own switches and stuff like that, and were really noisy and whatever. So now the air is actually pulled from this unit here.
Okay, so all the viewers are watching today. So what we are talking about today, the bathrooms has those old exhaust fans, they don't have anymore. They have the fans when you're taking a shower, that air comes and suck it up and bring in here. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then what happened then? The air comes, you say, hey, filter in here?
It gets filtered.
So it's recirculated, what you're using.
Yeah.
All right, so it does have a more filter. So this thing come back. Oh my God.
So, perfect example. So this house is probably having a rough time from its bathroom vents,
right,
pulling air because this filter is super dirty.
Okay.
So this filter is reusable. It's actually a screen.
Oh wow.
So we recommend
just wash it.
You can wash it, vacuum it, put it in the bathtub if you needed to, clean it off, let it dry for a bit, put it back in, and it'll go again.
So how many filters this one, Cameron, it does come?
So this one is on this side. This one has another one on the other side.
Oh wow.
Both of them are dirty.
Oh wow.
So this should actually be looked at twice a year. We say basically spring and fall. Okay.
Can you know how important these filters are? This is only very small little things you can do yourself. This is basically a washable, but again, it's an important component. If you don't wash, and it's gonna wreck, and tomorrow say, well, my HRV system is gonna wreck. So small little tip from Cameron, make sure either you have a spare filter, which is washed, and you put it back in this one, wash, and then put it back again. Is that correct? And then Cameron, is this also a filter, or is this something different?
That's not quite a filter. That's what these are.
This is a unit, a part of unit?
It's part of the unit.
So this one does not need to be this is just like an element inside, but this is the filtration. Those air comes, they filter in here, and then they circulate in back in here and suck it back.
Correct. Now these can get dirty as well.
Okay.
Because it does have airflow through it.
Okay.
So I mean, when these get full, like this one is, it's going to create, like we said, we're talking about with the filter for the furnace.
Right.
It's going to create a lot of suction.
Right.
It can start to pull some of that garbage through and now get stuck in here. So you can actually take this whole component out, take it outside on the back with your garden hose, and you can clean it off and let it dry.
So this is fully washable.
This is washable.
So I can take this whole thing out and then go outside, take the hose and wash it up and then dry it up and then put it back,
Correct. You bet.
Hey, that's cheap. It does not need so much more time, but only time, but not money. Is that correct?
Yep.
So, and then that's how often we need to do this thing.
This one here, basically when you see that it's starting to look like it's getting dirty. Okay. So this isn't as much. If you keep your filters taken care of, then of course it'll take care of the inner piece, right? So keep your filters clean and the rest of it will do just fine.
So basically, and I can say 2 to 3 months.
Well, like I said, we recommend spring and fall, so about every 6 months.
Okay.
We say spring and fall because you can still, worst case scenario, take this outside instead of doing it in your tub or in your kitchen sink sort of thing. It can all be done outside, keep the mess outside instead of inside the house.
Well, hopefully this will save you a lot of money and your investment of your property and also your health. If you don't clean these things, you have those things built in, but you don't clean it, that is also an important component. Is there anything else we need to know about this HRV system?
So in the winter time, and I have seen where, because of course we're pulling air from outside. So when it gets really, really cold, I have seen where these start to build up ice.
Oh, really? Inside?
Inside.
Because that's air is coming from outside.
Correct.
Okay,
so it's like the old chest deep freezes where it would build up ice on the walls.
Right.
So it starts to build up ice in here.
Okay.
If you ever find that once again that your system isn't working properly, open up the door. If you have ice here, just leave the door open for a few hours, let the ice melt.
I see.
And this is a drain tube here.
Yeah.
Right? And it should be
it's
actually in here.
It's supposed to be attached right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So then it goes right into the drain and you can clean this up. Come back in a couple hours, your ice should be gone. If it's not, leave it for a little bit longer. Put the door back on and your system should start working again.
I saw that in one of the inspection you did it for us, and then we noticed that the ice was already built in inside and it was all fully clogged, and then that's not good because the air was not coming back.
You lose your airflow.
Tip number 2, make sure those things are doable. Watch this video again and again because that's a very important. So Cameron, what is the next part?
That's pretty much it. Like I said, pretty basic. Just make sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to. And same thing, when you have your HVAC technician come in once a year to check out the rest of the system, they'll probably be looking at this and make sure that everything's looking good there as well.
So maintenance wise, we need to have 2 filters and this whole big component, you take it out and wash it up and put it back.
100%.
And just in case if it's broke down, do you know what they're looking?
That I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm not sure what the units cost because once again, there are multiple different units out there.
Okay.
So that would be an HVAC technician question.
Hopefully this tip will be helpful for you if you need to know more information. Cameron and his whole team is dedicated to just answer all your questions. They do multiple inspections in a day and they're very, very knowledgeable to you. And if you guys have any questions, which is we did not answer on this thing, we will definitely find those information and deliver to you. But Cameron, if they have any questions, would you be able to answer that question?
You betcha. Our number is 780-900-9003.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. We will stay tuned for week number 11. Next week, we'll have a total change. We are not going to be in a basement anymore. We make you stuck for last couple of weeks to be in this basement. We are not making you bored, but again, this is the important component of the whole home. But stay tuned. If you think this video is more valuable for you or for your loved one, please share, like, and comment, and give us your comment that how Cameron and his team is so dedicated and giving you free, no money charged for knowledge to you. Okay, stay tuned. Next week, we'll meet you again. Phone number 780-431-5615 or visit www.manibagga.com. Stay tuned next week. Love you guys all. Stay blessed.